Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, I wanted to show you what has happened to my front garden. I called this area my cottage garden area, and this year it has been slow to develop, but there is a mild, misty rain that has come, and it's just brought everything to life. And this is Sunday morning, and it is just beautiful. So I just want to share this with you. We cut back this hydrangea, but you can see that it's starting to shoot out new life here. And then the daylilies and the perennials are coming up. We can see the Stella d'Oro daylilies leaves here bunching up along with the sedum. And here is the bearded iris that are forming such strong, strappy leaves. I just really love this comparison of leaves here, with the thick leaves of the sedum and the beautiful green, deeper colored leaves of the daylily. And then we have these spiking, like almost sword-like leaves of the bearded iris. And here I have a peony growing in amongst them. It was just a small piece, and I planted it here, and now it's coming up. I'm amazed at what a little heat, and also now with this misty rain, will produce such great new plants and seeds. So I'm anticipating that, but it just plumps up everything. Here is some Chasta Daisy that I planted last year, and they're returning, as well as Mountain, the Bachelor Button patch there. You can see the bee balm. Of course, the tulips. Just because I wanted a little interest, I brought the rabbit up front here. For some reason, now that the tulips are about to bloom and open up, I just feel that it'd be nice to have the rabbit here, continuing the Easter feel. Now, these leaves are the Purple Sensation allium, which seemed to have done very well here. They seem to like it in this front garden. And then I have some other alliums there, more taller alliums that I had planted in. I love these pastel looking tulips. They are shorter than usual, and I believe it's because we've had a very dry season. But they're still very pretty. I love this color. And then we have the pale, kind of yellowy color as well. Cream, I would say. In the back there with the 2 tomato cages are my peony that are coming up and forming, and I just wanted to cage them in before they grow up and then start to flop from the weight of the blooms. You can see also some more of the bearded iris over there in the corner. That bearded iris is a yellow, whereas the ones that I showed you before, that's more of a purple. This is a yellow, and they're a little more refined. You could see also the rhododendron. They have some buds there. And then this is my lilac bush, and the lilac bush is starting to show signs of flowering. We're going to have a lot of nice lilacs, blooms. And then under here, this is bleeding hearts. Dianthus, I think it's called. And then next to it, that is wild mustard. But they have such beautiful, dainty white flowers on top, so I like to allow them to grow. Then, of course, we have the evergreens. It's growing, the shrubs there. So this gives such a really beautiful picture here. My spring garden is starting to take shape. I had to cut back really hard my rose bush here. This rose is a knockout rose, and I had to cut it back real hard because there was a lot of dieback. But in the meantime, it still was a benefit, I think, because now I was able to give this rhododendron bush some more space and light, and hopefully it will grow up thicker, and we'll have some beautiful blooms in late spring into summer. And then back here, what you see there is some of the peonies that had gotten smothered. Now this plant is my euonymus, and it's looking really, really good. Yeah, so back here you can see the peonies coming in. I really didn't take good care of them. They hadn't been getting a lot of sun, so that's that. But then we have these tulips. I love this tulip. I planted this tulip like 2 years ago, but I love the leaves. The variegated leaves. I think that's so pretty. And then here I have other things happening. Now this rose bush too, I had to cut it back real hard. And here's another knockout rose bush that I had to cut back hard also. I'm glad to see it starting to leaf out. This is an old-fashioned rose climber. Now I'm going to have to cut this back. This is my grass. Cut it back really hard. So that's next. But I think that things are looking good here. Here's my other rose. Oh, it's so prickly. I love how this euonymus looks here. Isn't that beautiful? The new growth is so fresh. And this is a ground cover euonymus. I love the yellow variegation. And then this is another perennial geranium with the ground with the euonymus. Isn't that pretty? Now, this here is a rose bush. This is my Rosa rugosa, and it has a beautiful white flower. Apparently, the rugosa rose did very well. It didn't die back hard like the knockout rose. And then here I have some tulips. Pretty, pretty pink tulips. And they came back on their own. I did not have to plant them there. They perennialized here. And here is another rose bush that I had to cut back real hard again. I'm really pleased with how my shrubs are looking here. They're doing very well. In this bed, the yellow tulips that I planted in the middle, they are starting to form. And then I have the rhododendrons here that are coming up. I do love this patch in the back with the yellow tulips. Those are daylilies. You can see the hostas are coming up. I love the leaves of the hostas. Some of them are just deep green and others are variegated. Looks so pretty with the daffodils that I planted. You can see that these summer bulbs are dying back, but it's just very pretty. And also I have the bishop's weed ground cover coming in as well. Yes, this is Daffodil Lane. It looks really nice close up. And you can see the different types of daffodils. Now with the new growth of the hostas, just pretty. These daffodils have perennialized because I didn't plant them this year. And I love how they look. So pretty. So cute. These are the new daffodils that I planted. Aren't they pretty? Well, now you can see that the apple tree is about to bring some blooms in here. Isn't that nice? Will be opening up soon. This is a grafted apple tree with different types of apples. We have Cortland. We have Granny Smith. What is this one? This is red Macintosh. So that's the red Macintosh blooms that you're seeing there. This is the Cortland blooms. And here, that's my lilies. The Casablanca lilies are coming up. Ooh. The peach tree. I don't see any blooms on the peach tree here. Nothing yet. And the pear trees. This is the side border. The hostas are coming up. Some of my other perennials. Some things have self-seeded. It'll just fill out a lot of ground cover. I can see the different hostas showing up. My bearded iris. Bearded iris right here. But goat's beard back there. Coming up. My plum tree. Maybe I'll get some plums this year. My plum tree is blooming. Hopefully the spraying that I did would help to alleviate any bug infestation. And I'm going to try and also continue to spray if I need to. My other apple trees here, they're starting to leaf out. I have 2 here. I don't see any blooms, but I do see leaves. And then this is another plum tree. And we can see the blooms. Yay. Hopefully we'll have them. And this section here. See the hostas coming up. Now this here, that is lemon balm. Quite a few lemon balm growing. I'm just gonna have to go in and just give them space. This is doing very well, this area. You can see that my tulips are forming. They're going to be pretty here amongst the leaves of the hosta. And my salad bowl. So this is what this area looks like right now. And there's still work to do, but it's gonna be all right. I think what I'm going to do is allow the flowers to grow out here, and then I'm going to plant the herbs in this section right here. I'm going to be planting herbs in this section. Already I have bee balm, and those are wild violets coming up there. I have some daylily, and I think there's mint also, there's spearmint here. So that's what I'm going to do in this section right here. Put the herbs here. But my kale is doing really well. And they're starting to bolt. I believe that this is oregano. No, or thyme. One of them. I think it's thyme. But here you can also see the mint coming in. It's really filling out. They're just traveling on their own there. And then here, my kale is starting to bolt. But the leaves are really, really good. I had some for dinner yesterday. Very nice. Now these are seeds. These are the seedlings for the microgreens that I had. I just threw them out. They're coming in nicely. Now this here is blueberry bush. Isn't that nice? and the chives. Yep, chives, finally. You know how long I've been trying to grow chives? A long time. And now they are showing up on their own, which is really good. On Saturday, today's Sunday, but on Saturday I did a lot of work here in this top garden. As you can see, the beautiful tulips are opening up in this corner where I had planted them in last year, and now they're starting to show some color. Let me just point out a few things to you. This is the astilbe that I have. There's a nice pink flower. That is, that's the wild violets. And here's a little miniature rose that I planted. It has bare root, so it didn't suffer as much as the other plants because it's coming up from its root. This is a hydrangea, and look at how hard I had to cut back my rose bush here. These are Globemaster. I believe they're Globemaster alliums. As you know, I am in the city. This is a city garden, and the fire station is not too far from where I am. And so, you know, these things happen. Now, I did transplant the phlox like I told you I was going to. I transplanted that phlox there. I did that yesterday. And I cut back this rose bush real hard again too. Now this one is my mother of pearl rose bush. I tried to leave as much of the stems that have some greenery, but hopefully it will flower well. Then this is dead nettle, or lithiatrus, I think it's called. It's a beautiful ground cover and it has like pink flowers. Beautiful. Here's another phlox. I moved the other phlox up here too. I decided not to divide it and just to leave it in a good sized clump, as a good sized clump. And here's my other rose bush that I cut back real hard. I decided to bring my Japanese maple tree up front here and put it in this garden for now. I think it looks really pretty there. When it leaves out, it's going to add some more color to this bed. Plus it's a specialty plant. It's unique and I love it. My little quick fire is starting to leaf out. And then this is spirea. I love the color of the spirea. I think the younger growth is more yellow, like that. And then this top is more of an orange color. And it looks so good with the yellow daffodils because of the orange in the daffodils. They just look so good together. I think that's so pretty. Now, as a ground cover, I have strawberries, strawberry plants. These runners were in a container, and then they came out and just settled in on their own. They came out of the pot, the runners, and they just planted themselves in the ground here. Now this is my hydrangea, oak leaf hydrangea. And I'm so pleased to see it return and looking so good and healthy there. Now I have these boxwoods, and they seem to be doing well in the pots for now. And I planted these tulips here in this container. My son made me this container. I asked him for it and decided to plant some tulips in them. This bed is doing really, really well. I've been showing a lot of pictures of it because it just made me so happy, and I was able to get some color and inspiration for the spring to actually get started on cleaning things up and making it look good. So here I have the double play candy corn, spirea. It's so pretty, and it looks so good with these tulips. Now these tulips have perennialized a little bit. They came back on their own. I planted them last year, and they've returned, which is so good. I have also in this bed bee balm. That's what you're seeing now coming up. And also white and amenities, they call it. Some beautiful white flowers that will be showing up later on. So they've returned. They self-seed on their own. Limiatris. And then I have my Pinkable Bell rosebush. I had to cut it back so hard, but it's showing beautiful growth here, which is making me happy. And then this one, I had this one, I don't know if it's coming back, Moonlight Romantica rosebush. Hopefully something might happen. Then I planted these tulips. These are new tulips here. Then I have daylilies coming up right here. These, the regular daylilies, orange daylilies that will be showing up later on in the year. Now this is really, really pretty. This is another spirea that I rescued from Lowe's at the end of the season. And this is a double play red spirea. I just love it. And I love how it looks with these pink tulips. I just newly planted them. Really nice. And I like it with the container. Now I'm gonna have to decide what I want to put in that container. But right now I just like the color. And more of the tulips are opening up here. Now this is my David Austin rose. I don't know if it's gonna come back or not, but I decided just to give it a try and see what happens. I would love it to return, but we'll see. And then this here is another Pinkabell. This one fared much better than the other one. I guess it was protected from the shrub here, the evergreen. So this is so inspiring. I just love this. And everything is just growing much more stronger, just looking more healthy, and so inspiring for the spring season. Early spring season. Yeah, it's still early. So that's pretty much it for my garden. Thank you so much for coming and joining me here. And as things continue to bloom and to show up, I will continue to share with you what's happening in Catherine's garden and home, where we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. If you have not subscribed, what's stopping you? Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos. Thank you. Bye. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.